right? Here we are. The chapter 8, perpetual inventory exercises, okay? So in this case, we're going to go over all three methods, right, with these three scenarios here. And we're going to take turns doing each and every single method. So here down below, this work spreadsheet or workbook should have three tables for you, okay? Each one having each method here, all right? So we're going to start off with question number 1, which is going to be to assume that your inventory method is perpetual and it is FIFO. So first in, first out. So on September 5th, we purchased 100 units at $2.25 each on an account with the freight of $25. Okay, so 100 at $2.25. So here it is September 5th, and we're going to skip this section here, and 100 units at $2.25 each with a freight of $25. All right. And in this case, I'm just going to eliminate colors on overall. So, all right. Take it away. What's my purchase price?
225.
Okay. Plus 25.
250.
Okay. Bringing your cost per item to be.
$2.
Good. $2.50. So we're going to carry that batch of inventory over into our inventory on hand. All right. And in this case, because it's FIFO, we need to keep our calculation in our total cost. Okay. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay. So then on September 10, we end up purchasing another 200 units at $2.50 with the freight costing $50. Okay. So it is September 10. We bought 200 at $2.50 with a freight of $50. So what is my total purchase price here?
625.
Okay, so that's total cost, okay?
Oh,
Oh, wait, nope, wait.
no,
I did not get that.
250 times $2.50.
It's just 200.
Oh, 200.
Let me see. Yeah, just 200 units at $2.50.
$500.
Plus 50.
The 550.
Good. Bringing my cost per item to be
$2.75.
$2.75. So let's carry that over into our inventory on hand. Okay. Now, if you want to, this is what you can do too. You could go ahead and do your equal sum at the bottom just so then you know how many items you have left in inventory at all times. But in this case, it's not really necessary. You can just kind of glance at it and know if you have enough. But that's just for a few tactics that some students find very helpful. Okay, but in this case, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
So then on September 15, right, we end up selling 120 units at $10 each for cash. All right, no sales tax. So again, you sold 120 items. Okay. So September 15, we sold 120 units. Now in this case, we're using FIFO.
So then we would take those 120 out of the 200, the last batch.
We're doing FIFO.
Oh, first then. Okay. So we take the whole first 100.
Okay, good. $250, good.
And then we need 20 from that second batch.
Good. We need 20 from the second batch. So in this case, I can get rid of my first 100, right? There's nothing there. So I need to take 20, okay, from my second batch. Now, what's my cost per item for my second batch?
275 times 20.
Good.
55.
Okay, $55, okay.
This one.
We're going to update our inventory, right, because we no longer have 200. 200 minus 20.
So we have 180 at 275 for a total of 495.
Good. A total of 495. Good. So then on September 18, we end up selling an additional 50 units at $10 each.
Units. I'll take that from the 180.
So September 18, we're going to take 50 units.
It's a cost of 137.50.
137.50. Okay. All right. We're going to take our 180, right? We're going to subtract 50. And how much should we have left in inventory?
130 $357.50 for the cost.
Good. Okay. So then on September 20th, right? We end up purchasing an additional 300 units at $275 with the freight costing $75. So let's plug that number in on September 20th. We purchased 300 units at $275 with a freight of $75.
So then we have 825 plus the 75 to give us 900.
Okay.
Update our inventory to an additional 300. $3.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, good. So we have the 300. Okay. So then on September 25th, we end up selling 250 items. Okay, so we sold 250 items on September 25th. So September 25th, we end up selling 250 items. So looking at our batches of inventory.
And then so we take the whole 130 first.
Okay.
130 275.
Okay, at 275, which we know to be
357.50.
good, 357.50. Okay, and we can get rid of that. How many more do we need to sell to get to a total of 250?
Another 120.
120, all right. At what cost?
$3.
$3. Okay, so that should give us
360.
360. Okay, so therefore we can update our inventory, right? Because we no longer have 300 items. We end up selling 120 of them. So how much should be left in my inventory?
180.
180. Okay.
This changes equals.
Yeah.
So new cost is 540 on that end.
540. Good, 540. All right. Then lastly, on September 27th, we sold an additional 130 units, giving us 50 units remaining in our inventory. So we sold 130 on September 27th. So 130. In this case, we only have one batch of inventory left. Okay.
So
So,
take a
mm-hmm,
30 at $3 each.
mm-hmm.
And take it times $3. Gives us a total of $390.
$390. Good. So then we're going to take our 180 minus 130. So that should leave us with 50 units left in inventory at $3 each, which gives us a total of $150. Okay? Good. So then let's see what happens next. So on number 2, it says continue with from above, okay? But this time your inventory method is perpetual, and it's LIFO this time, okay? So here we're given that on September 30th, we should have had 50 units on hand costing a total of $150, which is correct, right? That's what we had in the previous section, right? That was our inventory in hand. So we got to carry that amount over into our new inventory worksheet for LIFO this time. Okay. So I'm going to carry over my 50 items at $3. Okay, which should give you a total of 150.
150.
Okay. And this was September 30th. I think I put September 31st. My bad. There's only oh no, September 30th. Okay, I did good. All right, so October rolls around, okay, and the 5th of October, we end up purchasing an additional 100 toys at $3.25 each with a freight of 25. Oops.
Total purchase is 325, and then after freight it's 350.
Good, 350, bringing your total cost per item to be
$3.50.
$3.50. Okay. Carry this amount into your inventory on hand.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so then October 10, we end up purchasing an additional 200 units at 350 with a freight of 50. So it is October 10, and we have 200 at 350 with a freight of 50. Oops. $3.50 and a freight of 50. So total purchases
$700.
700 plus 50,
$750.
bringing my cost per item to be
$3.75.
$3.75. Okay. Carry that into inventory. Okay. So then on October 12th, we sold 180 units at $10. So we sold 180 units on October 12th. So in this case, 180. So let's look at our batches of inventory. We have 3 batches of inventory, right? One for 50, one for 100, one for 200. We are using LIFO this time.
So this time we would take it from the last one of 200.
Good. And the cost per item in this one is
$3.75.
$3.75.
So it gives us a total cost of $675.
Yes.
Adjust our inventory.
Okay, so we have 200 and we sold 180.
So we have 20 left over at $3.75 each for a total of $75.
Perfect. Okay. Good. So then let's see what happened next. Then October 20th, we end up, October 18, excuse me. We end up selling an additional 100 units at $10. Okay. So it is October 18. We sold 100 units.
So you take that last 20 at $3.75. So $75.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still need 80 from the 100 batch.
Mm-hmm. So
80 at $3.50.
at $3.50.
So that gives us $280.
$280. Okay, good. Then that 4, we don't have 100 anymore. We sold 80, so we are left with 20.
20 at $70.
Good. Good. So then October 20th, we purchased 300 units at $3.75 with a freight of $75. This was October 20th. We purchased 300 at $3.75 with a freight of $75.
So total purchase price is $1,125.
$11.25. Good.
And then our 75 freight gives us 1,200. And then our cost per item would be $4.
$4, good. Carry that over. Okay, good. So then on October 25th, we end up selling 200 units at $10.25. So we sold 200 units. Oops, on October 25th. Right? So looking at our inventory on hand.
We would take from that 300 batch, 200 of those
Good.
at $4. So equals 200 times the $4 for a total cost of $800.
Okay. So right, we went from 300
to 100.
Good. 100 times 4 gives you 400.
Is $400.
Good, 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 good. So then on October 28th, we end up selling an additional 150 units at $10.25, leaving only 20 units left behind. So let's see, we're going to sell on October 28th for 150 units.
So then we would take the last 100 at $4 a piece. And then we need 50. So we take the whole 20.
Okay, so we're going to take 20 from
That our cost 350.
350. Yes, 350. Good.
And then that gives us $70. And then we still need 30 from the $3 batch. So we're left with a quantity of 20 costing $60.
Good. Good. Okay. 20. Yep, you should have 20 items left. Okay. Last section here, step 3 says continue from above. Okay, your inventory method is perpetual and it's moving average. Okay, so round the average cost to the nearest penny. Okay. Now, in this case, right, we have beginning inventory, right? Because on October 31st, you should have 20 items available at $60, which is correct because that's exactly what we sold for in LIFO. So we're going to carry that information over into our new inventory worksheet. Okay. So again, it is October 31st, okay, and we're carrying over our quantity of 20 items at $3, which gives you $60. Now in this case, right, we're doing moving average. So I need to change my formula to be in my average cost per item. So in this case, I'm switching it over. Okay. right, so there we go. We have our first 20 items. So then on November 2nd, we end up purchasing 100 units at $3 on an account with a freight of 25. So November 2nd, we have 100 units at $3 with a freight of 25.
$3. So it's $300. So 325.
Now here, do we need to do our cost per item?
Oh no, we just add it to our inventory.
Yes, we needed to add it to our inventory. Now in this case, how did I teach you to do this? Because this is moving average now.
Did we do the 20 plus the 100?
Good. Gives you 120.
We add the 325 to the 60 that was already there.
Good. Plus good.
So it gives us 385, and we divide that by the 120.
Good.
So it gives us $3.21.
In this case, it's $3.2833. So in this case, I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to black it out so I don't get confused. Okay. Right. Good. So then, now what happened next is that on November 8, we end up purchasing an additional 200 units at $275 with the freight costing $50. Okay, so 200 at $275 with a freight of $50.
Can we go just right back to the inventory on hand? How do I do that calculation to get not the even number?
What do you mean not the even number?
So how I divide the 385?
You divide the 385. Oh, you mean to show you the numbers?
Yeah. Oh, okay, now I got it. And my computer goes up. So now I'm matching.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
Sorry.
no worries.
November 5th.
This is November 8.
11, 8.
We bought 200 toys or 200 units at $2.75 each with a freight of $50.
So our purchase price equals 200 times 275. So our purchase is $550.
Okay.
Plus the freight of 50 gives us 600.
Okay.
And we have to add that over to our inventory on hand.
Good.
So we take equals 120 plus the 200 we just bought gives us 320.
320. Good.
And the 385 plus the 600 gives us 985.
Good.
And we divide the 985 by the 320.
Good.
So 3.781250.
Good. Good. All right. Now, again, we're going to block off this portion. Okay. So then on November 15, we end up selling 115 units. 115 units on November 15. Okay.
We would go with your 320 and subtract 115 from that. Oops.
Okay. We're gonna subtract. Okay.
So let's make minus 115. So then our total cost of the 115 3.353.98.
Hold on.
Oh, let's see what it's on.
353.98 is correct.
And then our inventory on hand. Minus, oops. So we have 205 for quantity. Equals 185 minus 353.
Mm-hmm.
63102
631.02. Good.
equals 63102 divided by 205. So it gives us 3.078146.3.
Good.
Out the 320.
So then on November 18, we end up selling an additional 145 units at $10 each. So we sold 145 items on November 18. So 145.
So we take the 145 and we do the 3.08781463.
Good.
That gives us a total price. And 446 and 33 cents.
Good. 446 and 33 cents.
Equals 205 minus 145. So it gives us 60.
60. Good.
And then we take the 63102 plus the 446.33.
Not plus.
Oh, minus.
Good. Because we sold it. Good.
So it gives us 184.69.
Good.
And then divide that by the 60. Gives us 3.07816667.
Good. So then on November 20th, we end up purchasing 300 units at $250 with a freight costing $75. Okay. So this is on November 20th. We purchased 300 units at 250 with a freight of 75. So, no, it's November 11. Sorry, November 20th. We purchased 300 units at $2.50 with a freight of 75.
300 times 250. So 750
750, good.
plus the 75. So 825.
825, good.
And then we add the 60 that we have plus the 300 that we just bought. So 360.
360, good.
And then the 184.69 plus the $825
Mm-hmm.
gives us $1,009.69.
Good.
And divide that equals by the 360. So it gives us 2.8046944.
Good. Okay. Then on November 25th, we end up selling 175 units. Okay, so on November 25th, we sold 175 units.
So 175 at 2.8404694. Uh, 497.08.
490, it did not get 708.
280. Oh, I have a typo in mine. 2.80. 490.82.
490.82, good.
We take the 360, subtract this 175 that we sold,
Mm-hmm,
gives us 185,
good.
and then we take the $1,009.69 and subtract the 490.82
Good.
and gives us $518.87.
Good.
Take 518.87 divided by 185. 2.8047027.
Good. And then I'm going to block that off. Okay. All right, last but not least, we have on November 28th that we sold additional 125 units, giving us 60 units remaining left in my inventory. So we sold on November 28th, 125, right, to give us 60 remaining left.
So the 125, and then we sell that at 2.8047027. $350.59.
350.59, good.
So we do the 185 minus the 125 gives us the 60 remaining.
Good.
And then we take the 518.87, subtract the 350.59, gives us 168.28.
168.28, good.
And then we take the 68, 28, and divide that by our 60 remaining. And gives us 8046667.
Good. All right. And there we have it. At the end of November, we should have a total units of 60 left on hand. All right. Good. So like I said, it seems like you understand this very, very well. So, and we did this really, really quick. So, other than that, the only thing I can see is because I want to